Cracking the code of a shy man's behavior can feel like trying to decipher a beautiful but complex mystery. Unlike more forward or assertive individuals who openly announce their intentions, a timid man handles his romantic feelings with extreme caution. When a shy guy develops a deep, secret attraction to you, he experiences a powerful internal battle. His heart desperately craves your attention, but his intense fear of vulnerability and rejection completely paralyzes his ability to speak up. Because he is too terrified to articulate his feelings out loud, his emotional world must find another outlet. Instead of words, his true intentions leak out through an intricate language of involuntary physical reflexes, subtle behavioral shifts, and subconscious body signals. Understanding this hidden psychological blueprint is the key to recognizing his unspoken desire. He might think he is doing a flawless job of hiding his crush, but the human body and subconscious mind are incredibly honest. From the way his eyes instinctively widen when you walk into a room, to the sudden clumsiness that overtakes his posture, his actions are constantly screaming what his lips refuse to say. He plays the role of a silent observer, anchoring himself in your orbit, engineering casual coincidences just to be near you, and anchoring every conversation in his memory. If you have been feeling a strange, magnetic tension with a man who seems to pull away the moment things get personal, you aren't imagining things. You are likely witnessing the classic dance of a man who is deeply infatuated but utterly trapped by his own shyness. By tuning into these precise psychological patterns, you can look past his quiet exterior and see the undeniable truth of how he truly feels about you. 1. The flashing eyebrow and extended eye contact. When a shy guy is secretly attracted to you, his subconscious mind betrays his hidden feelings through subtle facial expressions. The moment you enter his line of sight, his eyebrows will briefly raise and lower in a micro-expression, known as the eyebrow flash. This is a universal, involuntary human signal of interest and recognition. Following this initial reflex, you will notice him holding eye contact, just a fraction of a second longer than a regular friend would. Because he is too timid to verbalize his attraction, he uses his eyes to drink in your presence. However, the moment he realizes you have caught him staring, he will quickly look away or look down in embarrassment. This intense, recurring gaze, followed by a sudden, nervous avoidance, is a definitive psychological indicator that he wants you. 2. He subconsciously mimics your movements. Mirroring is one of the most powerful, non-verbal signs of deep, psychological comfort and subconscious attraction. When a shy man is incredibly drawn to you, his brain's mirror neurons fire rapidly, causing him to automatically copy your body language, posture, and gestures without even realizing it. If you cross your legs, lean back in your chair, take a sip of your drink, or rest your chin on your hand, you will notice that he magically replicates the exact same action just moments later. This behavioral synchronization is his mind's way of trying to establish a harmonious connection, build rapport, and show that he is completely in tune with you. It signals that he feels a profound internal alignment with your energy, making him mimic your physical presence to silently feel closer to you. 3. The hero instinct triggers around you. Every man possesses a biological drive known as the hero instinct, which compels him to feel needed, appreciated, and protective over the woman he secretly desires. Even the most reserved and timid guy will suddenly step up and look for subtle ways to defend, assist, or support you. You will notice him offering to carry heavy bags, opening doors, checking on your safety, or providing solutions to your daily problems. He wants to be your ultimate go-to person, proving his reliability and strength in your life. Because his shyness prevents him from confessing his love outright, he manifests his deep romantic feelings through these protective, chivalrous actions. By becoming your everyday hero, he satisfies an innate evolutionary urge to show you that he can care for you better than anyone else. 4. He leans in close whenever you speak. Physical proximity is a major indicator of hidden romantic interest, especially for someone who lacks the courage to speak his mind. Whenever you start talking in a group setting or during a private conversation, a shy guy will subconsciously tilt his head, lean his upper body forward, or shift his entire weight closer to you. He does this because he is entirely captivated by your voice and does not want to miss a single syllable of what you are saying. By reducing the physical distance between you, he is trying to create an intimate, private bubble that excludes the rest of the noisy world. This involuntary forward lean shows that your words hold immense value to him, and he naturally craves closer physical proximity to the person he secretly desires. 5. Nervous fidgeting and preening dynamics. Being near the person you secretly adore triggers a massive rush of adrenaline and nervous energy, which a shy man cannot easily conceal. When you approach him, his body language will immediately switch into overdrive through anxious fidgeting and grooming behaviors. You will notice him constantly adjusting his clothing, smoothing down his shirt, fixing his hair, or playing with his watch and phone. These are classic preening behaviors designed to ensure he looks his absolute best in front of you. Additionally, his nervousness might manifest as sweaty palms, tapping his feet, or playing with nearby objects. This high-energy restlessness is a clear sign that your mere presence completely disrupts his composure, making his heart race because he wants to impress you but is terrified of making a mistake. 6. He remembers the tiniest details you mention. A shy guy who is secretly into you will listen to you with absolute intensity. While others might nod and forget, he acts like a mental vault for everything you say. Weeks after a casual conversation, he will effortlessly bring up your favorite childhood movie, the exact name of your first pet, or a random allergy you mentioned in passing. This happens because his brain prioritizes your words above everything else. Because he is too afraid to flirt openly, remembering these microscopic details is his unique way of showing how deeply he cares. It proves that you have his undivided attention, and that every piece of information about your life holds massive value to him. 7. The protective shield body language. Even if he is too timid to verbally express his feelings, his protective instincts will constantly manifest through his physical positioning. Whenever you are walking together through a crowded space or crossing a busy street, he will instinctively position his body between you and the potential hazard or crowd. If someone bumps into you, he will subtly step in to create a buffer zone. This protective shield behavior is a primal, evolutionary response to safeguarding someone you deeply cherish. He might not have the confidence to ask you out on a date yet, but his subconscious mind is already hard at work, ensuring that you feel completely safe, secure, and looked after whenever he is around. 8. He suddenly appears everywhere you are. If you start noticing a shy guy constantly crossing your path, it is rarely a coincidence. When a man secretly desires you, but lacks the nerve to make a direct move, he will engineer situations to maximize his chances of running into you. He will figure out your daily routines, your favorite coffee spots, or the times you take a break, and conveniently show up there. This behavior allows him to be in your orbit without having to initiate a formal, high-pressure interaction. He creates these artificial coincidences simply because he craves your presence and hopes that a casual, chance encounter will naturally spark a conversation that he is otherwise too terrified to start on his own. 9. His pupils dilate when making eye contact. The human body has several involuntary, physiological responses to attraction that are entirely impossible to fake or hide. One of the most fascinating signs of hidden desire is pupillary dilation. When a person looks at someone they are intensely attracted to, their brain releases a surge of dopamine and oxytocin, causing their pupils to expand significantly, even in a well-lit room. If you look closely at a shy guy during those brief moments of eye contact, you will notice his eyes widening and becoming incredibly dark and expressive. This biological reflex is a direct window into his subconscious mind, proving that his body is physically thrilled by your presence, even while his lips remain completely sealed. 10. He blushes or stammers in your presence. For a shy man, talking to the person he secretly loves can feel like walking a high-wire tightrope. The intense rush of adrenaline that floods his system when you speak to him can easily overwhelm his nervous system. As a result, you will often notice a visible flush creeping up his neck and cheeks, or he might suddenly lose his train of thought and start stammering over simple words. He might laugh nervously at things that aren't even funny or stumble over his feet. This adorable loss of composure is a major giveaway. He is so deeply invested in making a good impression, and so terrified of saying the wrong thing, that his brain momentarily short-circuits under the pressure. 11. The classic feet pointing direction. The human body is incredibly honest, especially when it comes to the lower half, which we rarely think about controlling. In psychology, it is well established that a person's feet will automatically point toward the most interesting or important thing in the room. When a shy guy is secretly attracted to you, his feet will almost always be directed straight at you, even if his upper body is turned away or he is engaged in a conversation with someone else. This involuntary physical alignment shows where his true focus and desire lie. Even if he is trying his hardest to act cool, distant, or completely detached. His lower body gives him away by physically anchoring himself to your presence and signaling that he wants to move closer to you. 12. He finds subtle, innocent excuses to touch you. Because a timid man lacks the verbal confidence to tell you how he feels, he will safely explore physical boundaries through accidental or innocent contact. You will notice him brushing his shoulder against yours while walking, lingering just a bit too long when handing you a cup of coffee, or gently touching your arm to get your attention. He might offer a playful high five or compare hand sizes just to feel your skin against his. These micro-touches are highly intentional, but designed to look completely natural and harmless. It is his way of testing your comfort levels and breaking the physical barrier, allowing him to feel a thrilling spark of physical intimacy without having to face the terrifying risk of direct rejection. Intense. Jealousy masters casual jokes. A shy guy will internalize his feelings, which means watching you interact with other men can be agonizing for him. Because he cannot openly claim you, his hidden jealousy will often leak out through passive-aggressive remarks or casual, teasing jokes. If you mention another guy, he might playfully say something like, "Oh, so he's your new best friend now?" with a forced smile. You will also notice his body language instantly stiffening, his smile fading, or him becoming suddenly quiet when another male enters the conversation. He uses humor as a protective mask to gauge your feelings for other people, while hiding the painful reality that he desperately wishes he was the one receiving your undivided attention. 14. He constantly checks to see if you're laughing. When a man is secretly infatuated with you, your validation means the absolute world to him. Whenever he tells a joke, makes a funny comment, or when someone else tells a story in a group setting, his immediate instinct will be to glance directly at you. He does this subconsciously to see if you are smiling or laughing. Your reaction is his ultimate metric of success. If you find it funny, his confidence skyrockets, and if you don't, he feels a quiet sting of disappointment. This recurring habit proves that out of everyone in the room, yours is the only opinion and happiness he truly cares about. He is constantly seeking your silent approval to know if he is successfully winning you over. 15. His voice shifts to a deeper tone around you. Evolutionary psychology shows that men unconsciously alter their vocal pitch depending on who they are speaking to. When a shy guy engages with the woman he secretly desires, his vocal cords will tighten, causing his voice to naturally drop to a deeper, lower tone. This biological shift is an instinctual attempt to sound more masculine, authoritative, and physically attractive to a potential mate. Conversely, if he gets extremely nervous, his pitch might temporarily crack or go higher before settling down. If you notice that his voice sounds noticeably smoother, softer, and deeper when speaking privately with you compared to how he loudly jokes around with his friends, his body is actively trying to romance you.